Alright, so welcome back to Photoshop. So this is going to be a quick and easy tutorial today. But I'm going to be going over this smoothing function in Photoshop. I think it's a little bit confusing. It's new with the program as to what it does. It's on the brush, it's on the eraser, and I think like the pencil or pen tool, or not the pen tool, but the pencil tool or something like that. We're just going to be using the brush in this case. It has nothing to do with making a smoother line, meaning your line is not going to be smoother. It has to do with making the way you draw or your lines a little bit smoother. So right now, if I was to come in here and draw a circle, literally wherever my mouse goes, it's going to make, and you can see how wiggly and uneven those lines are. So I'm going to click all that and I'll make this 100%, and you're going to see this work a little bit different. But you can see how much smoother it draws that arc. And so I'm using a mouse right now so we can really see this. I do have a pen, but I'm sure not a lot of people are using a pen. So if I take this and just go ahead and draw this image, you can see is it makes those curves. These curves are much smoother. And it's also lagging behind, but we'll get into that in a second. So I'm going to show you how to use this smoothing function. I've just jacked it up here so we can see it. So this is how much of this effect is going to be applied to the image. So you can see it was really lagging behind there. So if you click on the little gear up here, you'll see there's a whole bunch of different modes. And so the first one we were looking at was pull string mode. So what that means is, so you see my cursor. When I come in here, notice there's this red line way far out away from my center cursor. Now look, as I draw at any one place, it's not actually making a line. Until I go outside of that little red circle, then it's going to start drawing. So I'm going to go out, and then notice, look, it's dragging or coming with me. If I go back in, it's not doing anything. If I come down here, it's going to make that line again. And notice, like, there's no way I can actually pull that straight. It's making a really straight line for me. So that's the first method, and that's called pull string mode. You can combine some of these together. So we're going to turn that off, and we're going to come up here to stroke catch up. So you will see as I click and I drag, notice how far it is behind, and it catches up. I drag and it lags behind and it catches up. I drag, it lags behind, and it catches up. So that's your stroke catch up mode. Then we're going to turn that off, and we're going to go to catch up on stroke end. It's a little bit different. It doesn't lag behind as far. All right, notice it quits. So it's just kind of lagging behind this. And it like the other one where it eventually caught up to my circle, this one isn't. It just kind of goes and lags behind. So you are almost drawing before, but it never actually gets to the point where you see it. So the last one here is adjust for zoom, and this is not really like a new stroke that does something different. As you zoom either in or out, it will adjust how these work depending on if you're zoomed in or zoomed out. So hopefully that was helpful. You learned a little bit on this new smoothing option in Photoshop. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave those below. And don't forget to subscribe.